did Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him? Something strange is going on here. Who was that old chap I saw outside the alley? He headed eastward. Maybe I could catch up with him and ask him if he saw Mr. Tillett.
Der Mr. Tillett ist vor einer Stunde hier im Klo verschwunden.
I suspect the barrels are empty. Otherwise the locals would be rolling them into their cellars.
Der wurde wahrscheinlich direkt
I could
runtergespült.
tether a horse here if I had one. Sir?
Das scheint mir eine gute Idee zu sein.
The old man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn
Was
back
Schlimmes
to the inn.
passieren?
Last orders.
I should get some sleep. Finding the missing men of Bewley shall have to wait for tomorrow.
How can I help?
Have you seen Arthur Tillett?
I thought he were with you.
He went to the lavatory and has not returned.
That sounds like Arthur Tillett. Don't worry, lass. He'll be back.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Das heißt, er geht ständig sturzbesoffen aus der Hintertür. Großartig.
Yes, I must get some sleep. I shall track down Mr. Shoulder tomorrow.
Das ist
Miss Bateman,
Yes?
off
beunruhigend.
to bed.
Yes. I'm afraid Mr. Shoulder's let me down.
The rotter. Perhaps he will make himself known tomorrow.
I should hope so. This is turning into a waste of my time.
I don't mind the locals, miss. It's just that we don't get a lot of visitors in Bewley.
Quite.
They mean well, believe me.
Sure, Mr. Kemp.
Please, call me Stanley.
Good night, Stanley.
Sleep well, Miss Bateman.
Ich muss sagen, bisher spannend.
Ja. Und sehr atmosphärisch.
Ja.
Und ich würde mich absolut nicht wundern, wenn jetzt plötzlich ein Geist hier reinkommt.
Oh mein Gott. Es ist die Katze! Die Katze hat Mr. Tillett entführt. Und jetzt entführt sie uns.
Ja, Mr. Tillett bei lebendigem Leib gefressen und jetzt wird sie dasselbe mit uns machen.
Entschuldigung, die Szene tönt. Wenn die Katze uns böse anguckt.
Such horrid dreams.
Es war eine Katze, man kriegt dich wieder ein. Also hat die beim Schlafen die Kerze brennen lassen?
Bolted from the inside, just as I left it last night. As I suspected, I must have dreamt of that wretched
Aber wie ist die
looking
Katze
cat.
denn reingekommen?
I must say I'm relieved. Right then.
Hm.
Let's see if I can track down the elusive Leonard Shoulder. I'm rather anxious to get to this barrow. I also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Good day, Stanley.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
Erzählen wir ihm von der Katze oder nicht?
Denke. Nein, ich denke, oder? Ah, ich weiß es nicht.
Chat sagt Lügen.
Ah.
Oh, ich meine, wir erzählen ihm einfach nur von der Katze.
Nein, wir sind freundlich, wir sind höflich, wir sind
Yes,
höflich.
thank you,
Alle wollen,
Sam.
dass wir lügen.
Splendid. I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp. I've prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye. What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Fragen wir, ob das sicher ist, oder sagen wir einfach Danke?
Ja, das ist ein kleiner Ort, da wird nicht, glaube ich, nicht geklaut.
That sounds capital, thank you.
You're most welcome, Miss Bateman. We look after
Außerdem
our guests here at the Plough and Furrow. I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
Miss Bateman,
Yes?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were. I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been honest with you, lass. I do know of Hobbs Barrow.
You do?
I do. Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned. Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too. I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
No.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure. As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself. He only comes in here to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
Why lie to me about Hobbs Barrow?
I know, lass, I know. I feel dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
I really can't tell you.
Oh,
If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr. Shoulder. He brought you here. He should be the one to tell you.
das ist ja
I must
gemein.
say,
Ich
Mr.
dachte, wir
Kent,
erfahren
this
wenigstens
isn't
unser
quite
erstes
puzzling.
Gerücht.
I've never let local superstitions stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic and reason. I've no time to waste on such matters.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
I now find that hard to believe.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
I shall return later.
Oder im
Good day
Morast
to you,
versinken.
lass. Oh, if you see Herbert around here, be sure not to feed him.
Ja,
Herbert?
A local stray cat. He comes in now and then searching for scraps. I'm sick of cleaning his vomit off the floor.
Quite. I'll be sure not to feed him.
Thank you.
durchaus verständlich, dass er keine Katzenkotze vom Boden sammeln will.
Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it.
Und ich nehme an, diesmal werden wir einen finden, der kein Hogwash ist.
I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder.
Ja.
Er wird niemals rausfinden, dass wir die Katze gefüttert haben.
The sign is well out of reach. The Plough and Furrow Inn. The window box is well out of reach.
Ich habe sie auch angeguckt und wollte sie nicht mitnehmen.
Someone must take good care of them. Hello? My name is Thomasina, and you are...
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
What do you do around here?
Hey up, you're not scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard. Dig the graves.
What can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a church.
Quite. Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know aught about no Leonard Shoulder.
What can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Naught to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows, then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
I see. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Ach, rausgekiet.
Einmal.
I don't think anyone is home. Hello?
Yes?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Douglas?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Douglas. That's a great sword technique you have.
Thanks, miss. Mr. Crozier's gonna make me a real one when I turn 12. I'm preparing myself to fight the lantern worm.
What is the lantern worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all. John Lantern thought he killed it at the River Ware, but my father told me it still lives. We must all be prepared.
The lantern worm isn't real, Douglas. Father just told you that to get you out of his hair.
Not true. I saw it slithering out by the beck. Like a giant eel it were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
Children
nennt
often
es-
do at his age.
Man nennt es
Keep
auch Schlange.
going. You will all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat belly.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
Do you like living in Bewley?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have come on the train. I love watching all the steam puff up into the sky.
Have you been on the train yourself?
No, miss. Our parents don't have the money for train tickets. Father says we have all we need here in Bewley.
Perhaps this nice lady would like to take you away with her on the train.
No, I need
Nee,
to
den
stay
kann sie
and protect
behalten.
Bewley from the lantern worm.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
That's a funny name.
Have you heard of Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas.
Who's Mr. Crozier?
He's a blacksmith. His forge is just over there on the other side of the square.
Don't you think 12 years of age is a little young for a real sword?
I'll be a master swordsman by then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, miss.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Nice to meet you, Betty. What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. I'm to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless.
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This month it's swords.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Ich glaube nicht, dass wir das Schwert nehmen können. Ne, das ist kein anklickbares Item.
No one here.
Aber wir wissen beide, dass es Spiele gibt, wo wir den Jungen samt Schwert ins Inventar aufnehmen könnten, um ihn irgendwo hinzutragen, wo etwas mit einem Schwert bekämpft werden muss, um ihn dort dann zu benutzen.
Good day.
Oh Gott, ja.
Mr. Crozier, I presume.
Aye, George Crozier, at your service.
Ich finde, dieses Dorf ist auch so richtig schön bleak, weißt du? Bleak? Ja, das ist das richtige Wort, oder?
Bleak? Ich weiß nicht, ich weiß nicht.
Ich finde, das hat was
Bleak?
Trostloses, weil alles so grau ist und matschig und grau.
My name is Thomasina.
Ist das das Wort, was ich gesucht
Aye.
habe? Ich weiß es
Can I
nicht.
help you?
Are you a Bewley native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye. Born and bred. That's where my father's forge before mine.
How is business faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know a man by the name of Leonard Shoulder?
Oh, aye. Old Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
I need to speak with him. He invited me to Bewley.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
But do you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out on the moors. Can't tell you out more than that.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know of a local landmark named Hobbs Barrow?
There's a fair many barrows found out on the moors, lass. Too many to put a name to. Not a soul in Bewley pays them any mind.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We don't get many visitors here, outside of market days. But there's plenty of work for the village blacksmith. Where are you from, then?
I arrived yesterday on the train from London, by way of Derby.
Oh, aye. I've heard about London.
What have you heard?
Plenty of factories there.
Yes, indeed. The city is always changing and moving forward.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quieter pace. Aye.
When do market days run in Bewley?
Once or twice a month. The next one is tomorrow.
How delightful.
Unless your vice is cabbages, there'll be naught to interest a young lady.
I don't mind a cabbage.
Then you're in luck.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Meine Güte, der war ja wenigstens mal freundlich. Ich würde sagen, wir gucken uns mal die Kirche an. Oh.
Ich finde es gut, dass er schon von der Hauptstadt des Landes, dem er lebt, gehört hat.
Ne, ich meine, überleg mal, was das für eine Zeit
In
ist, ne?
memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed by his beloved Juliet. Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
Sie haben einen
Help
Zug.
yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it. Just be sure to put it back when you're finished.
Of course,
Ja, aber
thank
hast du doch
you.
gehört,
It
dass
is
die
more blessed to give than to receive.
dass Zugtickets sehr teuer sind.
Ah,
Noch teurer als heutzutage. Okay, ich würde sagen, wir gucken erstmal links und dann
Glaube
gucken wir
nicht.
uns den Friedhof an.
Unfortunately, I don't think the cakes are free.
und selbst
A
wenn,
fine assortment
dafür
of baked
kamen sie
goods.
zu dieser Zeit
Lovely
wenigstens
treat for those who
pünktlich.
enjoy such things.
Meinst du?
Hello, good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
No thanks.
Oh, very well. You know where I am if you change your mind. The money goes to the church, you see. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings. They are quite famous.
Oh, was für eine nette Lady. Vielleicht kauf mal Cakes, wenn unser Assistent endlich mit unserem Geld kommt.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. Duplancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Duplancy.
Likewise, pet.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. Duplancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know about me? I have been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods, and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's Church?
Isn't it the finest building? It's been standing here since the 12th century. The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th century. The door is open if you'd like to worship.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
Schokolade tatsächlich.
Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard. What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the vicar of St. Edmund's for many years.
Where can I find Father Roach?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Also ich habe das Gefühl, das hier ist irgendein Hint. Ich meine, bestimmt, das sind ja mit dieser weißen Umrandung. Vielleicht bin ich auch mittlerweile so geschädigt, dass ich überall hinsehe. Okay.
It's locked. Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans. Those have seen better days. A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years. Is that a necklace? Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it. Maybe I can reunite it with its owner. I've no time for such things. This must be where the local vicar sacrifices the newborns.
Haha, funny.
Stained glass depictions of various biblical scenes. It's not my specialist
What?
area. Extraordinary craftsmanship. The pews are contained within compartments that can be locked. I've seen a similar design in other Norman churches around England, but this is a particularly impressive example.
Gucken wir uns mal den Friedhof an.
Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. John Purchase, dearly beloved husband of Florence. Forever in light, Anne Kemp. Joseph Davis. Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow across the path to heaven. Here lies Elizabeth Farnaby. This appears to be a recently dug unmarked grave. William Paxton, modest and gentle of heart. A fine spot to take a rest. Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was.
Okay, hier geht's nicht weiter.
Es gibt hier noch einen anderen Pfad.
Ja, es gibt ja etliche.
I'm
Oh,
not sure if these are poisonous or edible.
Feenring.
I'd better not touch them. They could be poisonous.
Oder ein Tor in die Feenwelt öffnet sich und verschluckt uns.
The moors stretch into the distance. I don't wish to wander aimlessly.
Ah,
Hier,
gucken wir
dann
mal
noch
auf die linke Seite der Kirche.
Remarkable. A gargantuan fossilized ammonite. This would look fantastic on my mantelpiece.
Hey! Stay away from that!
Don't touch it!
It's bad luck to touch the Ammon's horn. I'm serious.
Fine. Damp rag dolls have been laid out to dry in the dreary sun. I do enjoy the charm of a babbling beck. This young fellow looks miserable. She has a puckish little face.
Packisch.
Hello there, my name's Thomasina.
Yeah?
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
No?
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
No?
How are you?
Go away!
Goodbye.
Scheußliches
No.
Kind.
Good day, little one. What's your name?
Hello, miss. I'm Jane and this is my brother Wally.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Thomasina.
I'd introduce you to my dolls, but they're drying out at the moment.
This is a lovely little beck.
It's where we get our water, miss. It's good for drinking and cleaning.
Tell me more about the Ammon's horn.
Daddy said we should never touch it. It will make the god angry.
What god?
Ammon, of course.
Ich würde nicht eher sagen, es ist only a child. Ich denke, wir interessieren uns schon für die Geschichte, oder?
Ja,
How
Ja, ja.
wonderful. I'll be sure not to touch it. I wouldn't want to anger the gods.
Sensible.
Ah, okay, schade, sie hat nichts zu Wort erzählt. Ich dachte,
Your
dann erzählt
dolls
sie
look
uns was.
lovely, Jane.
Thank you, miss. I love them very much. Today was their birthday.
Do you know an old man called Leonard Shoulder?
No, miss.
Wally doesn't say much.
He's mardy with me 'cause he's bored, miss. He thinks he's too old to play with dolls.
I see. Where are your parents?
They are picking apples from the big tree in our yard. Daddy and I sell them at the market.
That sounds nice.
But they don't mind us playing at the beck, as long as we don't touch the Ammon's horn.
Have you heard of a place called Hobbs Barrow?
Jane!
No, miss.
Are you sure?
I swear.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Ei.